more drones there, but I'm sure he will on the way. He's got to build units right now. 7 more mutas on the way. He's going to have a really nice muta count very quickly. And 24 speedlings on the way as well to be able to deal with these marines. And a baneling nest going up. So +1, combat shields going up for Kas as well at this point. And Roach is coming in doing a nice counter attack. He missed microing his SCVs a little bit there. But these are just going to be annoying. Might make Kas want to push back. He is having to retreat because of that. Just feeling a little bit panicked about that. And also this is not a nice place to be as a Terran in this bit because he knows that there is a base here.
Base is under attack.
Actually, he doesn't. And the mutas now coming into the back. Oh, losing several mutas there actually. Not the best thing. His main is nearly mined out, and he's really hasn't been his natural that long, so really he is suffering economically. A decent force of Zerglings and mutas out now for Deathangel. No upgrades as of yet, but he does have Roach Speed completed, and his Baneling nest was up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Baneling speeds coming up before too soon. Still no medivacs, only 1 medivac now for Kas, and he hasn't sort of moved it over to his troops. So every time these marines stim, they are killing themselves, and against a number of speedlings, that's not going to be very good at all, because the speedlings will just rip through them, and then the tanks will be left completely unaided, and the mutas will be able to sweep in and snipe off the tanks very easily. So I think this is a nice play from Deathangel really. He's taken a nice lead from early on. He did have to cancel this expansion down here. And sniping a tank there, that's very nice, but Kas got to push in, sniping Overlord, more mutas here though, and I really think that this is not a good idea for Kas. He knows he has to do some damage though. Marines stimming, and they're really going to get low on health, and mutas are going to be able to come in and clean this up because they're just on too low health, these marines, and they're getting all cleaned up, and the tanks are going to go down as well. That was too small a push from Kas. He hasn't done any damage really at all, just cleared up a few speedlings and about a muta or two, but Kas has lost a really decent sized force there. And he's pushing out with these sort of small units, and Deathangel is just going to be able to defend with his whole army because he's so manoeuvrable. He's got these speedlings and coming in again, and he's going to lose some mutas to the marines, but it really doesn't matter because he's just going to be able to replenish them because he's on 3 base. He's just got such a better economy. And the lull from Kas there, just thinking what can he do, building a command center now, though he is a severely reduced tank count. He really did suffer in that push. So not the best opening play for Kas. Maybe he was right by saying his TVZ isn't his favourite matchup. +1 coming out now for muta attack, the air attack for Zerg, and Baneling speed coming up as well. The centrifugal hooks upgrade that makes them roll like roly-polies. These Hellions I think aren't going to last too long, and this army's going to get all cleaned up. Zerglings going for us around the tank to go down, the Marines stimming back, nice bit of micro, but doing lots of damage to the mutas, actually taking as many kills as they can. Stimming again, Kas, we saw this in the TSL actually against Haypro. He is very stim happy, but actually that was nice split there, not letting the Banelings do enough damage, and really I think he's managed to neutralise the mutas so far. Deathangel, he was saying Dark Force, sorry. Deathangel actually down to 8 mutas despite having sort of, he was up at 12-15 earlier on, so he has lost quite a decent number of mutas and actually has lost more resources worth of units in this game so far. Kas now going out for a nice push, maybe to take the gold. Deathangel also taking the gold. It's really vital that Kas can try and take this, make a planetary fortress and defend it, because then he might start to be able to even up the economy game. But it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, this is quite a fearsome force from Deathangel in comparison to what Kas has. He is ahead by 13 in supply, and actually behind by 9 workers. So really, although across 3 base, you only really need about 60 drones, so he's not really that far behind. He is making a good number of units, as long as he does something with them. Actually, as I said, he's making 15 drones, so he's going to skyrocket into a harvester lead very quickly. A nice position taking up here by Kas, spreading his tanks, building a turret. It's always nice to see. But I just don't think he's got quite the tank count or marine count. Really, look at that amount of mutas. They're just going to be able to come in and one-shot the tanks. A nice defense there for Kas, not stimming, not being drawn to the stim just yet. He might just be able to catch them, actually. Oh, Deathangel being really indecisive, losing loads and loads of mutas. For the flank coming in from Deathangel, lots of Banelings, but they don't really do the damage. They're getting sandwiched between the siege tanks, and I don't think that's going to be quite enough. Deathangel is able to take out the tanks with the mutas, but really those Banelings didn't do the damage they wanted to, but he is able to clean up the tanks again, and Kas's tank count just isn't able to stay as high as he needs it to. Oh, and Deathangel really shouldn't be engaging there. He misread how many Marines there were and how damaged they were as well. He thought he could take them out, but really he just lost about 4 or 5 mutas unnecessarily. But I mean, although Deathangel probably hasn't been using his units most efficiently, so he's lost a lot more resources of units. He have an economic lead. He's got the gold now. It's really happy for Zerg. Although the Terran has now got a planetary fortress up at his base. Overlord just out here checking there's no flank attack coming, but Deathangel doesn't have a 5th here anyway. And now we see Cass pushing forward again. I don't know, not too sure what he's going to be able to do with this, and he just wants to try and take out this gold expansion if he can, but Zerglings and Banelings coming in for a flank, and those tanks are going to get ripped apart by the Zerglings. Just nothing supporting them. The Banelings coming in and hitting the Marines as well. Cass losing everything in that push there. That was really not worth it. He didn't manage to do any damage at all, just injured a few drones, killed a couple. And he's going to keep on pushing, but 34 Zerglings now being produced, and +2 meter attack on the way as well. Drones are sitting around doing nothing much at all. Marines pushing in, meters flying in as well, but they're going to snipe off. He doesn't want to engage the Marines with meters, he needs to do the Banelings. Maybe snipe a couple of Medivacs while he has the high ground, but the Medivacs are there spotting, and Deathangel should not be engaging with his muters. He's losing far too many muters. He's not being efficient with them at all. They're expensive in gas. They are really his only gas output apart from the Banelings, but he doesn't want to run these Zerglings in there either. He needs to wait for his Banelings to pop up. He needs more Banelings as well. This is enough, and Cass is going to be able to take the gold, I think. I think this amazingly, Cass is going to manage to bring this game back just a bit. I think he's really evened it out. 140 supplied to 100 from Deathangel, and Cass is in a massive harvester lead as well. 75 to 53. He's outstripping the economy by 500 minerals a minute. This is great play from Cass. He's been able to sort of turtle up and hold up, and then take the gold as sort of smoothly as possible. And despite losing some units needlessly to early pushes, Deathangel incredibly has been even more wasteful with his units. And now Deathangel behind, I would have to say. He's lost his gold base. That was his advantage. He does have this 3rd out here as well, which I believe Cass does know about. Yeah, and I think we'll see him pushing up there soon. But really, Deathangel, I think, has been too wasteful. Although he could get a nice flank on around here, around the Zelnaga Tower. He needs to be very careful engaging these Banelings against the tanks. They will rip them apart. Ooh, a big splodge of goo. Some Banelings died there. +2 attack, nearly done 9 more muters on the way. As long as he is careful with them, that's what he needs to be doing. Oh, a nice turret placement there from Cass. I really like that. He's built several turrets, just able to ward off the muters because Deathangel hasn't kept his muter count high enough. 189 supply now for Cass. His macro is really kicking in. Now almost doubling the income of Deathangel. Now he's got mules up on that gold base. Look at the harvesters. That's going to mine up very quickly. He needs to be careful. Muters coming in, doing some harassment back at the main. Able to take up a few Marines, but really he's still losing too many muterlists, and he needs to be. We can see that Cass's natural is nearly mined out, and muterlist just running by a missile turret, losing muter for no reason. He really was getting sandwiched there. I don't think Deathangel's muter control has been that great. We see a huge Marine force and tanks to support it, and really I think during that time Deathangel might have been able to run his Zerglings in, because all of Cass's Marines were moved back to his main and his natural, so just not the best multitasking, I don't think, here from either player really. Better than mine of course, but I'm going to be harsh to them. And now we see a big push moving up. Muters from Deathangel, not able to snipe that tank. And I think he might start to push on this 3rd, and if that 3rd goes down there, that's going to be game over, I think. Oh, the planes coming in, and they do nothing! Oh, the DPS from the Marines, that was incredible! Oh, I can't believe that every single one of those Banelings just didn't do anything. The tanks are getting sniped. Deathangel is now supply blocked. He did take out a good number of tanks there, but and there's the GG. Wow. Let's just go back a bit, just to that engagement, because that was silliness. Huge number of Banelings here, 20 Banelings, and Cass in a minute decides to push forward. I'll just speed it up. With his Marines, and they all clump together in a Baneling's wet dream pretty much, in this spot. Cass was maxed out 145 to 200. This is the deciding moment. I think if Deathangel had killed all those Marines, he was muted to just clean up the tanks, and then there really wouldn't have been that much for Cass. And here we go. This is mad. And the Banelings come in, and they kill about 5 Marines. Wow. Marines, the counters to Banelings. No split, no micro, anything. Just stimmed and +1. I don't believe there were any upgrades for Deathangel, and no, there weren't. So that might have been the mistake. But wow. Quite a climactic end there. Amazing play by Cass to come back, I have to say. He was restrained to one base for so long, and I thought he was never going to hit his natural up, and then he just, despite sort of suiciding a couple of tanks and marines endlessly onto Deathangel's bases, he did finally manage to make enough breathing room to take up the gold, and then there was just a really nice push in to take the gold out from Deathangel. Deathangel, I think, was far too wasteful with his Mutilis. He didn't sort of do enough harassment and cripple the economy that he needed to, and he sort of ran them into marines and missile turrets far too often, and his Bayonet control wasn't the greatest either. But a nice TVC there, my favourite matchup on Deathangel Caverns. Thank you. And there we go. There should be some more games on the way. I'm back into the casting mood. I've been a bit busy with med school at the moment, but that's this game from me. And thank you very much. This was Savcast. Goodbye.